and welcome to the APMA podcast. It's your boy Lozzy. I'm going to be doing a solo one, so don't worry about it. We've got some good things to talk about. Firstly, I hope everyone's doing all right. I'm doing all right, thanks for asking. Stay hydrated, obviously. I've been to the gym this morning, so I need a bit of water, you know? It needs to happen. Just wet the old whistle. That sounds horrific. I never have liked that saying. What a way to kick off a podcast. Wet that whistle. That's what you're here for. Stay hydrated. But yeah, Jordan and Dan can't unfortunately do today, so I thought, let's do a solo pod. I've just started getting really back into playing Starfield. I won't be talking about Starfield, don't worry. I'm just saying it links to what we're going to be talking about. So, I've gone on a bit of a space hype. You know, I've got my NASA officially branded. Not from any of the, Temu, Shein, none of that. Officially branded NASA. Sort of vest, hoodie thing. So I'm right on point for what we're going to be talking about. Now, if you have paid attention to the title of the podcast, which I would have centered around the first story we're going to talk about, you're probably thinking, oh, fuck. That's not a great discovery. And if that is true, get me off this fucking planet. But you probably want to go into a different solar system if this is true. Look, apparently, there's been discovered, or pictures of what look like spiders on Mars. We'll go into it a bit more detail, but I just want to get that out of the way. That's the story I'm going to talk about first. And if you paid attention to the title, if you just click on the podcast and you don't give a fuck what the title is, you're a legend. Thank you. I do appreciate your complete lack of awareness. That is completely fine. I don't mind that. But we will be talking about spiders. Only just momentarily, okay? Because not all is what it seems with it. If you don't like spiders, then obviously probably just skip like 20 minutes in. But this is interesting. It's interesting. So don't be scared. It's fine. I'm not really that fussed by spiders, but space spiders, a little bit different. Don't like them. No, just not fancying it. Not my cup of tea. But anyway, we will get into the story. The first story of, I'll read the title of this. Strange cluster of spiders spotted in Inca City on Mars. Bracket. Photo, close bracket. That's the full title. Can't fucking speak properly. I'll pop it on the screen for people to look at if you're watching this. Obviously, if you're listening, I'll do my best. I'll do my best to describe it. But if you are a watcher, you're one of those who I greatly appreciate. But if you can, I do think these sort of episodes, it is better to watch than to listen to. Just because I know that my description of things isn't always good. And probably most of the time is largely shite. But I do my best. So if you are watching, you'll see on your screen right now what looks like little spiders on the surface of Mars. There's a little reference to how big these spiders would be if they were spiders. And no, I'm not comfortable knowing that there's a chance that there are spiders that big on Mars. Not comfortable at all. But we'll get into it, because not all, like I said, not all is what it seems. So, April showers bring May flowers on Earth, but on Mars spring brings surface spiders? Now, I will just point out, there's no question mark at the end of that. I just put an inflection at the end of it to make it sound like it was in question. So yeah, I'm a bit ad-libbing on this. I'm trying my best to make it a bit more entertaining. But I'll read the rest of the column. The report. I don't know what this story. Fuck it. One of them. I'll read it as it's written. Or try to. Although, I'm not the best at reading. Probably should have picked a different thing to do, but here we are. Seasonal spider-like features have been spotted sprouting through cracks in Mars' surface. The European Space Agency's Mars Express Orbiter, great name, captured new images of small dark features that resemble spiders scuttling across the Martian region known as Inca City near the red planet's south pole. This phenomenon appears when spring sunlight warms layers of carbon dioxide deposited during the dark Martian winter. In turn, carbon dioxide ice in the bottom layer turns into gas, which builds up and eventually breaks through the overlying ice up to 3.3 feet, 1 metre thick, according to the statement from the European Space Agency. It follows on saying the released gas carries dark dust from the underlying ground upward, ultimately forcing the dust to explode out of the top of the ice layers like water from a geyser before settling on the surface. This creates the cracked spidery formations measuring 0.03 to 0.6 miles. I'll say that again, 0.03 to 0.6 miles or 45 metres to a kilometre across. I can't express how quickly I would yeet myself off of a building if there was found to have been images. Probably a bit more proof would be needed for me to kill myself. But if there was even a 50-60% chance that it was spiders up to over half a mile across on Mars, I'm off. See you later. I'll be fucking dead. As much as I'm not bothered by spiders, you got half a mile across. Spiders, that is... Do we have weapons that would be able to destroy these? I mean, it is literally... I'm thinking, if anyone's played Helldivers, think like a Bile Titan on the most concentrated form of steroid multiplied by about 55,000. Those are my estimates, okay? But if you played Helldivers 2, you know what Bile Titan is. It's basically a fucking massive spider, right? One that shoots acid. Don't know if these ones do. I mean, they're not spiders. They're not. They just look like spiders. But if there were to be spiders on Mars, this sort of size, I don't know if I'd be spreading democracy. I think I'd be spreading myself out on the pavement before... I mean, it's probably not physically possible. But if you have a spider that's 0.6 miles across, how hard is it to jump to Earth? No propulsion needed apart from its own legs. Not any rockets. Just jump. Or, fuck it, just walk across. Just put one leg, 2 legs, clamber onto the Earth. That's how big it seems to me. But anyway, they're not spiders, so just calm down, everyone. Calm down. Not spiders. They just look like spiders. They look fucking horrific. I'll just get the picture back up. They don't look good. They don't look good at all. I'm not happy with this. It doesn't look nice. The problem is that they look like them ones that swarm. You know, you could like, I don't know, move a brick or something, and then there's like a colony of spiders underneath it and it'll scutter away. They look like that. They look like that, but they're not small. They're half a mile across. No, I don't. Like I said, not too bad for spiders overall. I mean, the ones that can literally kill you can fuck themselves right off. But these ones, or the size that these would be, based on these images, they are a special type of absolute doomsday creation. in my opinion. Like, I cannot even fathom how big a half a mile across is for a spider or any creature, really. But yeah, it's not. Don't worry, you're not spiders yet. They're not spiders. I'll read the rest of this. But that is the main takeaway. They're not spiders. Just will let you know. So, Mars Inca City, formerly known as Augustus Labyrinthus, exhibits a linear, almost geometric network of ridges like the Inca ruins on Earth. It is part of a circular feature approximately 53 miles wide, suggesting it may be an impact crater with ridges formed by lava rising through the fractured Martian crust and eroding over time. But still not sure exactly how Inca City formed, ESA officials said in the statement. It could be that sand dunes have turned to stone over time. Perhaps material such as magma or sand is sweeping through fractured sheets of Martian rock. Or the ridges could be eskers, winding structures related to glaciers. So, yeah, just a fuck-off crater with spiders in it, potentially, but not spiders. The most recent images of Inca City were taken by Mars Express high-resolution stereo camera on February the 27th of this year. During the autumn season on Mars, the Cassius Color and Stereo Surface Imaging System, great name, instrument aboard the European Space Agency's ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter. Right, can we fucking chill out with the names? Right? I know to some people, ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter is a perfectly acceptable name for something. But can we just fucking chill out? Can you not just call it the Mars Gas Orbiter? What? I mean, that is a mouthful enough. The ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter, you just added in words. You're just trying to make it more important than it, or sound more important than it actually is, in my opinion. Don't come at me, all you space folk. By the way, if you are interested in anything space, I would imagine this website has got you covered. It's called space.com. So, there you go. Anything space needs in your life, interested in space, go to space.com. That's your shout out, not sponsored. Yeah, so the Cassius on ExoMars, aboard the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter, previously documented the same spider-like features near Mars' South Pole on October the 4th, 2020. The next Martian spring equinox will be on November the 12th, 2024. There you go. So they're not spiders. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. And this links nicely to the second and I'll say the bigger story of the two. I mean, now that we've established they're not actually living spiders, they're just patterns that look like spiders from above that are half a mile across. Sick. It does link to our next story. But imagine that you've searched for years and years for life, not just on Mars or just in our solar system, but across the observable universe. And the fucking first thing we get is a half a mile across spider colony on Mars. Can we chill the fuck out? Sometimes it's better not to look. Sometimes it's just better to just let it be. And I don't know what you guys think. Would you rather know that there's spiders the size of towns? Just a colony of them on Mars, just waiting. You know what I mean? Gathering energy, spinning the webs, practicing the devouring of, I don't know, stuff on Mars, just to, put that practice into work on us humans. I can't really picture a more formidable foe than a city-sized spider, but a colony of them. You think sometimes it's overkill? That would be it. That would be it. That would be like bringing, I don't know, like fucking napalm to a water gun fight. You know what I mean? And I bet you any money if there was spiders that big on Mars, I mean, one, would be going absolutely mental. But two, there's no way they've just got fangs. There's going to be something else. You know, I'm not saying they're going to come at us with massive fucking swords. I'm saying, look, if they spit acid, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's alright, there's no spiders on Mars that we know of. The little one, if they're little ones, probably could deal with it. Probably could deal with it. I mean, again, spiders in Mars, for me, no matter what the size of them are, it feels as though it's dangerous. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to think about it. Okay, have they suddenly got other abilities that normal spiders don't have here? I don't know. But anyway, the next story does link, and we have actually spoken about this before. It's revolving, or the story revolves around the exoplanet, which is K2-18b. If you have been listening to the podcast for a while or watching, you will know, I think it was episode 130 something. I can check. I've literally got the power to check. I'm going to do it. Where's the list of the previous episodes? There we go. Right, go back a page, definitely. So it's definitely last year. Right, September the 14th, 2023. Did we just confirm life outside Earth? Episode 135. So 33 episodes ago, I think that's right, we talked about this planet. And there's been an update recently from the person who kind of broke the scientist who kind of broke the discovery or the potential of there being life there due to something called dimethyl sulfide, or DMS, being in the atmosphere on K2-18b. So there's been an update. He now, TLDR, and I could end the podcast right here, TLDR says there's now a 50-50 chance that there is some sort of life on K2-18b. I mean, 50-50. Flip of a coin that there's life on there. I pray that it isn't half a mile city-sized fucking spiders. That would be the biggest joke, the biggest fuck you the universe can actually play on us. So, those pictures from Mars, they're not actually spiders. Don't worry about it. It's fine. No, they just look like spiders. It's just like a funny joke. But there are spiders the size of cities on K2-18b. What? Yeah, they're quite far away, but I thought as a nice trick, I'd give them the intelligence to have interstellar travel. Just banter. Really, you're gonna die. You're gonna fucking die a horrible death. Anyway, jokes aside, let's get into the story. I've got a couple of website articles to read. Articles, that's the word I was looking for before. There you go. So, the most promising indication of life on another planet found courtesy of James Webb. Now, you might be thinking, who the fuck's James Webb? I don't actually know. I'm guessing he had some sort of prominent role in telescopes or the creation of this telescope, because this telescope is called the James Webb Space Telescope. Fuck me. Some people call it the JWST. Honestly, at this point, don't really think there's much point trying to condense the name. James Webb Space Telescope. JWST isn't really that much quicker to say, in my opinion. But anyway, also, I will just add, if anyone is interested in space or like telescopes, anything really space related, I would recommend watching, I think it's on Netflix. I can't be sure. I think it's on Netflix. I would recommend watching, there's a series or an episode of a documentary that goes through the design and manufacturing process of the James Webb Telescope. It is very interesting, and the lengths to which they have to go to make everything absolutely just spot on. There are things that if it was like not even a millimeter out would completely ruin the telescope. If you're interested in that sort of stuff, I would search for that on Netflix. I can't be much more helpful than that because I don't actually remember the name of the documentary. I'm pretty sure it was a documentary. And it might have only been one episode of a documentary about space. So look, just search. Just put in space on Netflix. I'm sure there'll be something that comes up about, or James Webb Telescope. That's probably a better idea. Do that. If you haven't got Netflix, then go fuck yourself, I guess. As someone who's recently come back to the Netflix ecosystem, I do remember that being a good documentary to watch. I was very interested. I'm now paying $4.99 for the ad version because I was paying 17, 18 quid for the 4K. Do you know what I mean? Because I weren't using it. I mean, I would admit, just a little tangent, I would admit, Netflix, I'd say ever since, which could be different, ever since like the end of Better Call Saul, around that sort of time, it's really just fell off a fucking cliff for me. It really, you get the occasional thing that comes around and go, oh, that's fucking sick. Like the Gentleman series I did enjoy on Netflix. I think that's quite good. And interestingly, that is one of the things that brought me back. I was like, fuck it, $4.99 with ads. I'll watch this. Looks cool. And it was cool. But the vast majority of stuff on Netflix is utter drivel and shit. And I do think, personally, it's an us problem. Because I know of so many people who don't pay attention to what they're watching. I'm guilty of it too. I'll get my phone out for no fucking reason. Like, I'll be watching something I'm actually interested in, and I'll be like, do you know what would make this better if I just didn't pay any attention to that and just got my phone out? Why do we do that? I mean, I understand people, some people like live on their phones and are just constantly engaged in their phone. So that means that there are some shows, or I'd say quite a lot actually, some shows that are made where the point of the plot is like drilled into you every fucking second. Like, do you remember this action that this person did? And then they did this, and that led to this. That's why we're here. That happens like probably like every episode, just so people don't miss the plot points because they've been on their phone. Anyway, the downfall of our attention span has already been talked about on this podcast, and we know it's completely destroyed. All right? It's all about shorts, TikToks. Do you know what I mean? Just get it out there, get it in the face, get the point, fuck off to the next video. Anyway, look, I'm going on. We'll get back to the K2-18b and the James Webb Telescope. So, James Webb Space Telescope is poised for a crucial observation mission targeting K2-18b, a distant planet with potential for extraterrestrial life. The James Webb Telescope, or the JWST, as some people in the know call it for some reason, the most powerful telescope ever launched, is set to begin a crucial observation mission in the hunt for extraterrestrial life. As reported by The Times, the telescope will focus on a distant planet orbiting a red dwarf star, K2-18b, located 124 light-years away. That's quite far. To be fair, that's quite far. K2-18b has captured the attention of scientists due to its potential to harbour life. It's believed to be an ocean-covered world with a size exceeding Earth by about 2.6 times. like 2.6 times bigger than the Earth. That is fairly big. I mean, I already feel like the Earth is big enough. But then to just go, fuck it, double it. 2.6 times bigger. Over double it. Which is interesting. And very big. The key element scientists are looking for is dimethyl sulfide, which is abbreviated to DMS, a gas with a fascinating characteristic. According to NASA, on Earth, DMS is only produced by life, primarily by marine phytoplankton. And I read that first time correctly. The presence of DMS in if you even joke about me not reading that correctly, I will go off the rails. I probably won't. I've literally just contradicted myself. But I won't be happy. I will not be happy because I nailed that. And as someone who's got the history, or the bad history, of reading out, just reading in general, I would find that highly offensive. There you go, you triggered me. Just the thought of someone going, you actually got that wrong, just for banter, triggered me. Anyway, where was I? The presence of DMS in K2-18b's atmosphere would be a significant discovery. All right, I fucked that one. I fucked it. All right. Although oh God, here we go. Niku Mudhusudan. That's not right. I've just bigged myself up for getting phytoplankton correct, and I fucked this name. Dr. Niku Madhusudan. That's not right. Madhusudan. That's what I'm sticking with. Madhusudan. The study's lead astrophysicist from Cambridge, cautious against jumping to conclusions while preliminary data from the JWST suggest a high probability of over 50% of DMS presence. Basically meaning that the signs of life would indicate there are 50-50 chance. Further analysis is needed. The telescope will dedicate 8 hours of observation this Friday, followed by months of data processing before a definitive answer can be reached. The lack of a known natural, geological, or chemical process for generating DMS in the absence of life adds weight to the excitement. However, even if confirmed, the sheer distance of K2-18b presents a technological hurdle. Travelling at the speed of the Voyager spacecraft, which is 38,000 miles per fucking hour, it would take a probe a staggering 2.2 million years to reach the planet. That's great. So, it's potentially a planet that could harbour life. Potentially. We know this planet is probably fucked. And I say probably fucked, not to scaremonger. It's fucked. Look, it's probably fucked. It's probably fucked. So, we've found potentially a planet that would be able to harbour life 2.6 times the size of Earth. More space for everyone, right? We're all introverts now. Fuck off, other people. Let us be alone. And it is 124 light years away, which means fuck all to most people. But if you took a spacecraft that could travel almost 40,000 miles per hour, I'll say that again, almost 40,000 miles per hour, it would take over 2 million years to reach the planet. That is a long, long cycle of just, time. It's quite long, isn't it? That is fairly long. I mean, it's way more than the history of humans. So, yeah. I mean, I don't even know how far humans go back. I want to say 200,000 years. I might be wrong. That might be completely wrong. But even if that is, that's not even a tenth Not even 10% of the time that it would take for the current technology that we have, the Voyager spacecraft, which could travel at 38,000 fucking miles an hour, it's not even 10% of the time that it would take to get there. So we've got like another fucking 90+%. Do you know what I mean? It just boggles the mind. You think like 2 generations ago, that's old. That's old, like before, I'd say like pre-Second World War. That's like, fuck, that's ages ago. Fucking pre-First World War, that's ages ago. Fucking hell, did they use fucking horses and cart? That's ages ago. Imagine if we're still around by some absolute fucking miracle, 2.2 million years later in the future, and we have managed to send something to go to K2-18b. Imagine what humanity will look like. I don't even fathom that. It's not a fathomable, if that's a word, thing. It's not even something you can work out or even picture in my mind. The rate at which we're changing, fuck me. I would go back to when I was a kid, and I'd like absolutely buzzing my tits off that I got my own mobile. Now it's like you get to age 4 and you got a tablet, you got a mobile. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what happens. Maybe you literally have one in the womb to engage you. Plays like, I don't know, whale music or something in the womb. Casually makes you go to sleep, makes you less restless as a fucking embryo. I don't know. Look, 38,000 miles per hour is fast. That's fucking fast, boy. I sound so fucking Norfolk when I said that. That's fucking fast, boy. That's right, You got a spacecraft that goes 38,000 miles per hour, boy. That's right, that's quite fast, ain't it? Oh, someone's got to keep well running, they. Do you know what I mean? If you are from Norfolk and you have just witnessed me speaking my natural dialect, you would have noticed no difference. You would understood that word for word, 100%. But anyway, yeah. So 2.2 million years to reach the planet with current technology that we have. It's time for a wormhole, isn't it? It's time for a wormhole. Let's make one. How'd you do it? I expect there to be a very well thought out scientific explanation in the comment section. If there's not, I will be incredibly disappointed. And don't fucking chat GPT it, alright? I actually want someone to come up with it in the comments. So, that is the third article. The second article. I can't even fucking count. And I'm asking people to come up with a comprehensive strategy for us to be able to create wormholes to travel into K2-18b. Anyway, so this will be the third one. Now, if you don't like the Daily Mail, I do apologise. That is the next article. But it's their science and tech department. All right. It's their science and tech department. Don't worry, I'll enlarge it. All right, people sitting there going, I can't fucking say it, you twat. I will enlarge it, all right? Just chill out. Chill the fuck out. Oh, forget Mars. Are there... Yeah, please, let's forget Mars if there's a chance there's fucking spiders on there. Fuck that shit. Forget Mars. Are there aliens on K2-18b? Discovery of planet twice as big as Earth emitting gas only produced by life sparks huge excitement among astronomers. Fucked it. The Space Telescope aims to confirm major finding on planet K2-18b. World is more than 8 times the mass of Earth and 120 light years away. So it's 8 times the mass of Earth. That's a lot of mass, my bro. What I love about the Daily Mail, and this is a bit of a, I don't know. I'm not really one to give pointers to an online newspaper or publication. I do love how some of the fucking stories on this right hand side are just massively cracked. Like the difference. You got inside the world of Formula E, and then you've got up to 50 shooting stars will soar across the US each hour during the ETA Aquarides meteor shower. There's quite a range of news stories there. Urgent warning to Android users over fake Chrome updates that could drain your bank account and leak your ... It makes you want to click. Like, I want to find... What about this? What will it leak? What will it leak? I don't want to be leaked. Fuck. Anyway, ignore them. Ignore them. So, astronomers could finally show that alien life does exist on a distant planet following observations today. Planet K2-18b, which is more than twice as big as the Earth and 120 light years away. It's actually 124, so fuck yourself. Sits within the habitable zone of its star in the Leo constellation. Interesting fact, right? Now, this is another tangent. I will recommend you go and watch this video because there are so many people that I know that believe in the star signs and horoscopes, that sort of stuff. And their beliefs will be entirely shattered by one video. I mean, I would say that people who don't believe in horoscopes and the star signs are, I'd say, normal. Like, it makes zero sense how a star sign can predict and accurately match your characteristics. But anyway, there are people that live by horoscopes. Anyway, if you want that shattered, watch a video by Neil deGrasse Tyson. He has his own YouTube channel called Star Talk, and just put in, like, star signs. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Star Talk. And you will absolutely have that belief shattered, because there's not actually 12 star signs. There's 13, apparently. And when the star signs were kind of originally observed, where they were in the sky at the time, like, each one is... There's 12 for a reason, because it matches up to the amount of months that we have, which is why people have star signs. And apparently the star sign that you would have been assigned because of the month of your birth, it would have changed because of how the stars have moved. So basically, if you don't want to watch the video, the TLDR is star signs are a bunch of shit. Like, no fucking relevance to anything characteristic-wise to you or anything that you believe in. Horoscopes are bullshit. Just chill out. Fuck yourself and chill out. Right? Just have some sort of drink, have a chat with yourself, and realise that your life is not predetermined because of a star sign. There you go. Great video, though, if you do want to have your dreams shattered. Anyway, so this one is in a habitable zone of its star in the Leo constellation. Scientists said last year they thought they detected dimethyl sulfide, or DMS, gas in its atmosphere, a compound that is only produced by life. Now, to confirm the finding, the James Webb Space Telescope, because why the fuck would we think that something observing a planet in space would need to have the word space in the title? Can we just safely assume that the fucking telescope operates within space? Thank you, fuck off. We'll undertake hours of observations on the planet on Friday. However, space fans, that's what we call ourselves, space fans will have to wait several months for the results to be authenticated and published. Because nothing says a conspiracy theory until NASA says it's not. Scientists made an exciting and potentially groundbreaking discovery in the search for an alien life after detecting signs of a gas produced only by living organisms on a distant water planet known as K2-18b, pictured in an artist's impression. So that picture there, for the viewers, is an artist's impression of what K2-18b may look like. And interestingly enough, that is exactly the image I used on episode 135 of the podcast, where we talked about this very fucking planet. There's a really poor quality image there, which I'm guessing is, it says atmosphere composition, so it's breaking down what is in the atmosphere. Dimethyl sulfide, or DMS, is on that image that I can make out, although it is such a shite quality image. It's grainy as fuck. But anyway, a gas uniquely associated with life when found on Earth has been discovered in the atmosphere of K2-18b. The compound dimethyl sulfide was spotted along with large amounts of carbon dioxide and methane. Investigations of planet K2-18b are being led, but here's that name again, by Dr. Niku Mudhusudan, an astrophysicist at the University of Cambridge. I do apologise if I'm getting his name incorrect. I mean no disrespect. That was a sick bar. He's called it a Hycean. I may have fucked that as well. A Hycean world, a relatively new term he coined for a rocky planet with a hydrogen-rich atmosphere and oceans of water. If we do detect DMS on K2-18b, it does put it basically at the top for potential signs of habitability, he told The Times. K2-18b, more than 8 times the mass of Earth and over twice as big, was discovered in 2015. So it's not that old. It's under 10 years old in terms of it being known for 10 years. I'm not saying the planet is only 10 years old. That would be insane. K2-18b is more than 8 times the mass of Earth. Yeah, we already read that. But it was only in 2019 that the presence of water vapour in K2-18b's atmosphere was reported. Then last year, the James Webb Telescope... See, there, they call it the James Webb Telescope, not the James Webb Space Telescope. Get your... Do you know what I mean? Make it consistent. Then last year, the James Webb Telescope detected carbon dioxide and methane. I'm really struggling with this, and I'm doing. To be fair, I'll back myself. I'm doing better than I usually do, and there's a lot of trying to reading in this. And anyone that knows me knows I don't read books, which is probably why I'm a fucking retard. But it probably doesn't help. Can I say that word? I've said it now. I've said it. I'm talking about myself. It's self-deprecation. The highest level of humour, okay? Detected carbon dioxide and methane in its atmosphere, as well as a shortage of ammonia. I'm pretty sure ammonia, is that not the stuff in, like, cat's piss? And I only say that because I remember doing the, what they called, is it smelling salts? I can't remember. We did them on the channel. Way back. Might have been 2 years ago now. A couple of years ago. We each had a go. Jordan looked like he was shadow boxing. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Jimmy and Dan went to the moon. And yeah, it was all round pretty shit time. It makes you just like you smell it and you go, it fucks you up. It fucks you off. But it is meant to make you temporarily stronger somehow. I don't know what the science is on that. It's probably bullshit. And I say ammonia because apparently that's what the smelling salts have in them, and I think there's a lot of ammonia in cat piss. And I would know this because I have 2 cats that profusely piss everywhere. No, they have litter trays and they do piss in them, thankfully. But when you go and clear it, do you know what I mean? So yeah. It's not a great job. It's a shit job. There is also shit in the litter, so it is literally a shit job. Anyway, that's the ammonia lesson dealt with. Dr. Madhusudan, I've fucking done that. I've fucked the name again. Dr. Madhusudan called this a very profound moment because it supports the theory that there's a water ocean underneath a hydrogen-rich atmosphere. But it was the presence of something else that got the astronomers even more excited. Now, here's a great image. It's taken straight from the newspaper, where it lists a lot of things. I'm going to try and read out the best I can. So, K2-18b was discovered in 2015 by NASA's Kepler spacecraft. I think that picture, if you're watching this, I think the picture, it says in brackets right. What is it referencing? To the right of the fucking text? Because to the right of the text, there is something that looks like a spacecraft, but also on the right-hand side of the page, there's not. There's just like an image of the Earth and what K2-18b potentially looked like, and some dodgy screensaver, it looks like. Anyway, the planet is 110 light years away. It keeps going down. Why does it keep going down? The planet is 110 light years away. It's not. It's over 120 light years away. In the Leo constellation, close to Ursa Major, the Great Bear. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing that's a planet. Its star is a red dwarf, which is cooler than our own and appears red instead of yellow. But the planet's temperature is similar to Earth. It is so close to its star, it takes only 33 days to orbit it. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I didn't even read the top, where a year lasts 33 days. That makes a year on K2-18b the equivalent of just over a month here. K2-18b is a rocky planet with an atmosphere which contains water and hydrogen and may also have clouds. 50% of K2-18b's atmosphere could be water. Okay. K2-18b is a super-Earth, which is the name given to planets larger than our own at twice the Earth's size and 8 times its mass. Yeah, so, okay, so what is this picture then? It is thought to be a Hycean world depicted a new class of exoplanet possessing key ingredients for alien species because of their hydrogen-rich atmospheres and oceans of water. Okay, so is that like an artist's impression of what the sea might look like, I guess? More observations by the James Webb Space Telescope, fucking hell, could confirm the presence of DMS in the planet's atmosphere. That's like a mock-up of what the Space Telescope looks like. Like I said, if you're interested at all, just watch that documentary. It really is, like, I don't think you really get a gauge of how fucking massive it is either. It doesn't look that big there, but it's huge. Huge. Like those gold mirrored panels are massive. Just absolutely humongous. Definitely worth a watch. Initial Webb observations provided a possible detection of a molecule called dimethyl sulfide, DMS, which on Earth is only produced by life. The bulk of the DMS in Earth's atmosphere is emitted from phytoplankton in marine environments, suggesting a similar form of life on the distant planet. And where did we all start? In the fucking sea. In the oceans is where we started from. Unless you have religious beliefs in which there's a high chance in your religion that we didn't. But let's just agree to disagree. In fact, scientists have been unable to think of any natural, geological, or chemical process that could create DMS without living organisms, which is why they are so confident in the 50-50 theory that there could be some form of life on K2-18b. Dr. Madhusudan, I will get that name right at some point in life, said the finding was a shock, but because there were initial observations, he could only say with 50% confidence there is DMS on K2-18b. It was a real shock. I had sleepless nights for a week, he added. That week, I didn't even muster the courage to break it to my own team. Today, 8 hours of observations by the James Webb Telescope should provide a definitive answer, although the expert will have to spend months poring over the data to get it. NASA's $10 billion or £7.4 billion Observatory, so $10 billion, or 7.4 billion Great British pounds. The irony of them being Great British pounds is quite funny, considering it's going down the pan. Observatory is able to analyze the chemical makeup of a distant planet by capturing the light from its host star after it has passed through the planet's atmosphere on its way to Earth. Gases in the atmosphere absorb some of the starlight, but each leave telltale signatures in the spectrum of light that astronomers can then unpick. How the fuck, like, and it may be answered by someone who has greater scientific knowledge than me. And for full disclosure, okay, I got a C in core science on my GCSEs. I did additional science and got a D. So, you know, I got pushed to go a bit further, did worse. But I got a C and a D. And so far in life, that has got me through, I would say, okay. But I do ask myself, how the fuck did anyone ever even think, even try, even have the confidence to even just have a fucking go at how slim the chances were of this working? But how do you even think that looking at the signatures in the spectrums of light passed through the planet's atmosphere on the way to Earth, how do you even think that that is a possible link? Or how does that even work? I don't understand how someone's come to the conclusion that, oh, if we look at the light and the different spectrum of light and the way it's passed through the atmosphere on its way to Earth, that's how we tell. I mean, again, my level of science far exceeded by this. I remember, honestly, this is completely true. I remember looking at batteries when I was a kid, and I was like, why the fuck do they need a plus and negative? The energy, why is it, why? Why can they not just be both plus? And also, why are they opposite way round in the remote? I don't know. That's my level of science. I just made myself sound really even more retarded than I did earlier on. James Webb Telescope has detected key molecules as depicted in this graph from a paper published last year. Today, the observatory will be specifically searching for dimethyl sulfide. So yeah, you can see, again, this grainy as fuck image. You got, like, you know, Daily Mail, you got to sort your fucking images out. You can see, this is going to be testing some of my element knowledge, which is shit. You've got H2O, which I am confident in saying is water. You've got CO2, which is carbon dioxide. You have DMS, which is dimethyl sulfide. And then you've got other shit on there that I have no idea what it is. But basically, it's a graph that shows the different colours of that are basically linking to what element is present. It's interesting, but I don't get it. That's where I leave it. I'm interested in the fact that there could be a 50% chance of life on this planet, or the presence of things that are required for life is probably the better way to put it. You got a time lapse here. Look, is this technically copyright? I don't know. This is the James Webb Telescope. So, yeah, if you're interested in how that's made, again, it's a sneak peek. Obviously, the documentary goes into a lot more detail than just basically a 20-second GIF. It's not a GIF, it's a sped up video. Although Hycean worlds are predicted to be covered in water, researchers say it is also possible that K2-18b's hypothesized ocean, is that right? Yes, it is. Hypothesized ocean is too hot to be habitable or be liquid. In fact, a study published earlier this year suggested the ocean may be lava. How fucking shit is that? It's like, yes, we could live there. It's possible to harbour life. But literally, everywhere you go is like 2018. The floor is lava. Now, linking to what I said about Netflix earlier on, going back on a tangent, there was a show on Netflix, I'm sure it was Netflix, that was called The Floor is Lava. And it was basically the entire show was the premise of that fucking stupid trend where someone said the floor is lava, so you couldn't touch the floor anymore. And that is when I literally, in my mind, went, this streaming service is utter shit. Off I pop, and I did. And but I did come back, so, you know what I mean? Maybe that says more about me than it does about Netflix. Anyway, K2-18b is known as a super Earth because it is bigger than our planet but smaller than Neptune. That's what Earth is called in Helldivers 2. Or the Helldivers, because there's 2 games. I'm assuming that's what it was called in the first game. But anyway, if you played it, cool time, get some mates, shoot some Terminids, and if you really want to, go up against the fucking robots. K2-18b's large size, with a radius of 2.6 times the radius of Earth, means that the planet's interior likely contains a large mantle of high-pressure ice, like Neptune, but with a thinner hydrogen-rich atmosphere and an ocean surface. Although this kind of planet does not exist in our own solar system, sub-Neptunes are the most common type of planet known so far in the galaxy, said researcher Subhajit Sakar of Cardiff University. That's the one and only time I'll try and pronounce that fucking name. We have orbited the most detailed spectrum of our habitable zone, the sub-Neptune, to date, and this allowed us to work out the molecules that exist in its atmosphere. So yeah, this is a breakdown of the $10 billion telescope, which is the James Webb Telescope. And it has been designed to detect light from the earliest stars and galaxies. The James Webb Telescope has been described as a time machine that could help unravel the secrets of our universe. The telescope will be used to look back to the first galaxies born in the early universe more than 13.5 billion years ago and observe the sources of stars, exoplanets, and even the moons and planets of our own solar system. The James Webb Telescope and most of its instruments have an operating temperature of roughly 40 Kelvin, about minus 387 Fahrenheit, which is minus 233 Celsius. That's fucking cold. It is the world's biggest and most powerful orbital space telescope, capable of peering back 100 to 200 million years after the Big Bang. The orbiting infrared observatory is designed to be about 100 times more powerful than its predecessor, the Hubble Space Telescope. NASA likes to think of James Webb as a successor to the Hubble rather than a replacement, as the two will work in tandem for a while. The Hubble telescope was launched on April the 24th, 1990, via the Space Shuttle Discovery from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. It circles the Earth at a speed of about 17,000 miles an hour, in low Earth orbit at about 340 miles in altitude. There you go. There you go. It's truly a wonder, that thing. It doesn't make sense to me how that thing just doesn't fall apart. It looks flimsy. Like those sunshades, for people watching, they look like thin layers of cloth. I just don't understand how something can be travelling that fast and go that sort of distance and that sort of material is used. Like, it might be absolute knowing NASA, or be something that's been created in a lab for like 50 years in production to make it the most toughest, the most, the most rugged bit of cloth ever. But yeah, it is just amazing, that thing. I mean, it looks shite. I don't want to it's definitely definitely function over form, 100%, and that's what a fucking telescope should be. But it just looks shit. It looks like something that wouldn't be able to do what they're claiming it can do. But it does. And that's why scientists are building these things and I'm not. That's why. So I'll be like, no. Right, we're not putting cloth on a fucking telescope, okay? We're going to give it a jetpack, bro. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, you've got the people building these things and I'm not. That's why. But yeah, interesting. 50-50 chance of basically one of the main building blocks or signs of life. There's 50-50 chance that it's present on K2-18b. Will we be able to get there? Probably not. 2.2 million years at the current speed or the current technology that we have. It's quite a distance, isn't it? Quite a long time. Another thing that does amaze me is that whenever you look up into the skies, obviously you're looking at the stars, you're not looking at it live. You are, but you're not. You know what I mean? You wouldn't know that the sun's not there until 8 minutes later after it actually happened. And that's just obviously the closest star to us. So, yeah, you're literally looking into the sky at history at all times. That's because obviously the speed at which light reaches us, the further away it is, the longer it takes to reach us. So if one of the constellations just fucked off, me being, the layman, the person on the street with no data from NASA or any, instruments that can tell me otherwise, I wouldn't know that it's fucking gone until the light reached my eye, in which it disappears. It's just crazy to think that could take so long, because we're used to everything in our bubble. If I pick this water up, I see I've picked it up because I picked it up. It's in front of me. But if I could, see that scaled up, but light years away, I wouldn't see this water being picked up until, years in the future, potentially. It's crazy. It is crazy. And it makes you feel so insignificant. But yeah, I do like space. I'm a bit of a space fan, as we're called in the industry. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. It was a bit I want to say maybe a bit, misleading with the spiders on Mars sort of thing, but they look like spiders and it was fun, maybe not fun, but interesting to just imagine that there's city-sized spiders on Mars. If you are an arachnophobe, maybe not. I don't know. Does that make it? Would you rather have one fucking massive spider, or would you rather have the little spiders? Because the little spiders, they could just crawl over you. Nah, because I know there's going to be people going, "What are you talking about? Fucking shut up." I will do so. Look, big, physically big spider colony, or tiny spiders, a colony of them. Which one would you prefer? Let us know in the comments. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you're having a good day, whatever you're doing. And I think, everyone here at APMA would share that sentiment. Obviously not here to corroborate that, but we'll hope you're having a good day. And that you continue to have a good day. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Up the APMA. Bye-bye for now. See you later.